Hello and welcome to episode 84 of the Youth Intake Challenge. As we near the midpoint of our final season, it's all going pretty well. There's a few surprises in terms of team choices. The Youth Intake previews in, albeit we probably won't see too much of that when it comes through. But without further ado, let's get into it and see how we're doing. And straight into the competition's end, so you can see English Premier League, we're currently in 6th. We're probably a higher position than we have been in many recent seasons, and we're certainly within touching distance of the top half. But I would say it's a bit of a bizarre season because we've lost quite a lot of games, but we're still within touching distance. So whereas previous season there's been a lot of runaway teams at the top of the table, it's been a big gap to maybe 8th or 9th. We're actually within the pack this time. Hoping to close the difference on some of the teams above us, but yeah, fairly consistent. 6th. I still have an aspiration to try and get into a Champions League spot in the top 4. Whether we can do that, we'll see. There has been a couple of changes to the tactics, only in the last match, but we'll get to that shortly. FA Cup wise, 3rd round against Leicester. Not really got started in that yet, but it's certainly one that we can probably go through that one and get into the next round to see how we do from there. Carabao Cup, we're into the quarterfinals away at Nottingham Forest. You would have thought they're probably going to put us to the sword. They're second in the league, one of the teams comfortably above us. They're 8 points clear, one of the better teams in the league, but there's still some big teams left in that, so hopefully we can field a big strong team for it and get to the next round, but we'll see as the season progresses. In terms of the schedule, and it's the pre-season friendlies were all good. We won all of them. Everything was looking pretty rosy. I think what you could pick up from that pre-season is that Gary Liebird was having a really good start to the season. He became our first choice striker shortly after the opening game of the season, and as you can see, he features a number of times throughout the scorers. Quite a good start in the first month of August. We had 3 draws and 2 victories, which got us a really good start to the season. Got some points on the board, some good results, and then it kind of went a little bit awry when we played Man United and Arsenal. I mean, that was a tough month, September. Man United, Arsenal and Liverpool. So to come away with 3 points, again, Gary Liebird on the score sheet was really good. Recovered to a degree in October, 3 wins and then a draw with Man City. And again, some really good games of football in there. Getting some more points on the board, progressing through the Carabao Cup. A bit of an indifferent November. Kind of a lose one, win one, lose one, win one. And then December, we played the top 2 teams in the league in Nottingham Forest and Man United. And we lost both them games. A bit closer against Man United, but Nottingham Forest absolutely destroyed us. Before we followed up with a 2-1 victory at Brighton. And I changed the formation for the Brighton game because we hadn't scored many goals in the few weeks before that. Only Liebird was really getting on the score sheet. So what we did is in the tactics, and we've done this multiple times throughout this save as a whole, is we went 2 up top. I mean, Liebird is got 12 goals already. We all know Primus can score because he's been our first choice striker for a number of seasons. It's always been about trying to get them 2 in the team together. It's just whether the 2 midfielders on their own are strong enough to hold that midfield. It might be a case of bringing the wingers back on a support role and dropping them slightly deeper, having the 2 in midfield and then the 2 up top really pushing on more akin to a 4-4-2 than a 4-2-3-1 or anything like that. So that's where we've gone. In terms of the squad itself, I mean, if you look at who's had the most appearances, you've got Josh Harris. Again, he's first choice left back. We've not really got anyone in and around that position who's going to push him. I think he's going to play week in, week out. Because of that, his development's going really well. His potential's still got some in it, but it's only 3.5 that he's got a maximum of. 22-year-old Welsh. And again, he's fairly consistent, so he's doing well. Benedict Joseph, who pushed Ozer out the team last season, he's continued to be a really good feature this year. So much so, he's actually the only left winger we've got within the squad. When you look in the squad planner, we don't have anyone to really deputise for him. That's because I've let some of the other players go. There was some good loan to sell offers, and I thought Joseph's going to play week in, week out. We can deputise him with Samano, who's a bit off the other side, and maybe Raheem Primus. That would have got him some game time, but he's playing a lot of games, so we'll just let him keep going with that because he's doing really well. Fahim Kutlu continues to be the number one choice in goals. Richardo Duncan is close, he's there or thereabouts. And to have two really good goalkeepers in the squad is fantastic. Outside of that, some of the players kind of fade off, but you can see what the general first 11 looks like from the players who've been selected in that kind of top little echelon. In terms of the goals, Gary Liebert, 12 goals in 17 games. I mean, Joseph Sarkodie, Primus to a lesser extent are the ones who are kind of supporting in that. We do need more goals from elsewhere. It would be nice if Fulks could get a few goals. He scored quite a few last season, but he's not really hit the heights of last season so far. However, we might either push him into a more attacking role or just tweak what he's doing on the right hand side to try and get him a bit more involved. And then in terms of assists, Joseph and Sarkodie, again, it would be nice if Fulks could contribute a little bit more. He had a really good introduction season last year, only 17 years old, first teamer, Premiership standard player. We just need him to kind of contribute a bit more in terms of the finer parts of the game, the assists and the goals. So that's all going really well. In terms of the development centre, we've got a huge number of players out on loan, as we do year after year. Remy Littman was the one we kind of let go to Montpellier. He was the deputiser on the left-hand side, but I didn't really think he was going to get too many games, so I thought it's probably best just to cash in on him, let him go, and hope someone else comes through in the next intake. We have got some other players in the under-18s and under-21s who've got a future ahead of them, so it's not like we don't have anybody at all in there. It's just we've not got anyone ready-made who can really step up and jump in there, so that's where we are in terms of the youth and the development. In terms of the club vision, going okay, still not doing well on defensively solid. For some reason, and this really cheeses me off, it says develop players using the club's youth system. Every single player in the squad has been developed from the club's youth system, yet they're disappointed. So I'm not really sure how I fix that, unless it's to do with players from a certain intake or within so many years of coming through, but it's a little bit of a slap in the face, that one. Developed the best youth system in the world, failed, but I think we were 8th in the world, which is still really good for a club like Dulwich. We had the best one in the country. We're an established Premier League team, so all that sort of stuff's coming on really good. Increased commercial revenue by signing big name players isn't something we can do, so that one's always going to fall by the wayside, but yeah, it's not too bad. Squad planner, as I said, not looking too clever in certain positions, but as a whole I think the squad's developed really well. It's just that left hand side. But the final thing to go through really is the youth intake preview, and then there you go, we've got an excellent intake kind of proposed. We've got a goalkeeper in there who's looking like going to be a great prospect. We've got a couple of wingers in there, and it looks like there's 3 on the left hand side, so I might have got a little bit lucky with this one by letting all the left-hand wingers go, because 3 more might be coming through the intake. And I was really excited when it came wing-backs. However, you can see in there there's only 1 coming back, and it's a right-back, which isn't the side we're weak at. And then central midfielders and centre-backs. But in terms of intake, if we get anything like that, good. I don't know if we need another 3 strikers, but I think it's a really good proposed intake or potential intake. We'll just see what comes through when it gets there. Outside of that, I don't think there's really anything to catch you up on. Staff's all good. Dynamics is all pretty good. Samson Ogachukwu, he's maybe the last one we should maybe touch on. He was the oh no, it's not him, it's the other Ogachukwu. He's stealth stuck in there. So where's the other Ogachukwu? Abraham Ogachukwu. Should probably see if they're related, but this is the 16-year-old Nigerian, potentially one of the players of his generation. We have given him a game and a sub appearance. He's got an average rating of 6.3, so not particularly great from his point of view, but it's given him some first team exposure. I haven't sent him out on loan because I want to kind of keep him here and develop him here. We'll see if we can get some more game time as we move forward, but yeah, I'd like him to get a goal before the end of the season. Whether we can make that happen, whether we get a good tie in one of the cups, we'll see. But he's certainly one to watch, and certainly one will feature when we do a in 5 years or in 10 years save to see if he ever realises his potential. But hopefully that saves a good update as to where we are, where we're going, and what the potential is towards the end of the season. What I'll do is I will carry on playing, and I'll come back when the youth intake comes through. It'll be a bit of a weird one because it's an intake that we're never going to see the fruition of. However, all the players that come through there will be involved in the future 5 years, future 10 years update. So until next time, enjoy yourselves, enjoy your bank holiday weekend, and I'll see you soon.